Buddy, so got off work early today and I realized I hadn't done a haul video in like a month. I've done videos since the 19th of January, but I haven't done a haul video, so I'm going to do that today. And I'm also going to talk about, I've been getting a lot of trades at the library, like a lot of trades at the library. I think last week I read 26 or something trades that I've picked up at the library. The hours at my new job are like 6 to 2:30, 3:30, 4 some days, 6 in the morning. So, you know, I got all day. I kind of have to go to bed a little earlier than I used to, but I used to stay up to like 3, so it's all good. Iced coffee. That was iced coffee. Anyway, so, where to start? Let's start with all of the books that I've picked up since the last haul video that I've done. So this is all of my new books for the last month. Let's start with The Nameless Number 1. I'd seen a couple reviews of this book. I heard mixed things, but Sandman Logan 5 in particular, didn't really dig it. But he's like, hey, if you're interested, pick it up. And I found myself at a comic shop, not my shop, but another shop, a couple days ago, and my lady picked this up for me. Because it's not on my pull list. And I didn't want to get anything on my pull list, because, you know, what's the point? So, other than just being a fan of Grant Morrison because his Doom Patrol stuff is amazing and his Animal Man stuff is some of my favorites, I picked this up. I really, really like Grant Morrison's independent stuff. I haven't read a lot of his Batman and I haven't read a lot of his X-Men, but I love his independent stuff. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't like this book, but I'm not going to say it was great. It reminded me a lot of an H.P. Lovecraft movie I had seen a couple of years ago. I can't remember what it was called. The bad guys in this are fish people. The lead dude is a psychic who's stealing something for this group of billionaires. And it all ends up being related to this asteroid that is coming to knock off the world in like 33 days or something. So this guy has 33 days to stop this asteroid from hitting Earth. This psychic who can steal stuff from dreams is going to stop an asteroid from hitting the Earth with these billionaires that are on the moon. If you haven't read this book, I'm sorry if I just spoiled it for you, but it's been out, so I'm guessing you have. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up the rest of these. It was interesting, but this book was kind of indicative of what I think is wrong with modern or current comics. I'm thinking of going back to the way of collecting comics that I did before I started making videos on YouTube. Prior to me starting videos on YouTube, I just picked up Silver Age books. But I got suggestions from people on what to pick up. Or like, oh man, you got to pick up Commandy. And Commandy's great. And I don't regret picking that up. Or Omega Men. Both of those I think were from Costin Bromstar. So that's cool. But a lot of the new books now, I think they should be better. And this was one of them. This Chris Burnham guy, the guy that did the art, is clearly a Frank Quitely clone, and that's cool if you like Frank Quitely, and I do, so, yeah, that's alright, but, I mean, what, was he busy? I think Jupiter's Legacy is over, so, I don't know. I know Chris Burnham has done something else, because they're pimping his book in the back of this Nixon's Pals. I don't want to show you the picture, because there's harsh language on it, and I don't know. I don't know anything about it. If one of you guys out there have read it, let me know. But yeah, Nameless. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm thinking of dropping most of my my new books. I'm going to keep Afterlife with Archie, and I'm going to finish out Swamp Thing and Fables, because there's only a couple issues left of that. And East to West, I'm going to stick with that. I really want to drop Wicked and Divine, but my lady likes it, so I'm going to keep getting that for her. I'm going to still pick up My Little Pony because she wants it. But I think the rest of my list is up to is going to get cut. The mini series that I'm currently collecting, I'm probably going to stick with those just to finish them out, which is, and what else? Terminal Hero, Names. I like those. But I'm thinking I'm going to shift back to collecting like I did prior to me making videos on YouTube, which is just, you know, strictly Silver Age books. I enjoy those a lot more. They seem like they have a soul, and a lot of this new stuff just doesn't. It all comes off contrived and a little formulaic for me. I had a conversation a couple years ago with George Perez and John Byrne, and John Byrne was like, "Hey, yeah, there's no original story. It's all boy meets girl with a twist." I think that's a little generalized, but he may be right. I don't know. All the stuff now just seems rushed and formulaic. That's just me. Not that I don't enjoy comics. I do enjoy comics. It's just I think they should be better. Moving on. East to West. This is issue 17. They took a break for a while. They did put out the World, their encyclopedia for East to West. And that was good, but it only had like 6 pages of original story. The rest of it was like encyclopedia. And if you had read the 16 issues of East to West prior to that, then you pretty much had everything figured out. Or at least a vague understanding of what happened. So I was expecting something big from this book, and that's my own fault. I mean, after their break and everything else, I wanted something to happen, and I don't think we got that from this. So, I take that back. 16 was the one that came back from the break. My cat just stopped by to see me. Hey, kitty. And, but I don't know. I like Hickman's writing. East to West is my top 5 favorite new titles. I'm not going to drop this book, but this issue just was a little boring. It seemed like they just stretched out 4 pages of dialogue into 28 pages, or however many pages this book has. It was a conversation between this guy who's the governor of the Confederacy. I think I have that correct. I call him Colonel Sanders because he looks like Colonel Sanders, and his secretary, who's like his niece. And then a conversation between Death and the leader of the People's Republic of House of Mao. Wow. I gotta reread these. It's all a little funny. Yeah. It was okay. Yeah. Art wasn't anything special. The story wasn't anything special. East to West 17. It's probably my least favorite issue out of the 17 thus far. 18 issues of East to West if you count the encyclopedia. I don't know. The next one will definitely be better. Cool. Those are all of the new books that I've picked up in the last month. I haven't had the time to go to the shop. I haven't really had the money to go to the shop either. They promised that they're going to hold my stuff, and I'm going to go get it probably Wednesday. So you guys might see another video through me. Or at least part of it Wednesday, because that's going to be an expensive trip. But I have been getting my fix of reading comics, because, as a few of you know, I do check out trades from the library. And, like I said a little earlier, like, this is my 4th haul of books that I've checked out from the library this month. And some of these I really liked. I haven't read this Brubaker Daredevil yet, but I'm sure this is going to be awesome. I mean, it's Brubaker, and it's Daredevil. And if Brubaker was ever supposed to write somebody, I imagine it would be Daredevil. Like, Big Two-wise. And I haven't read Zero Killer. I'm not even sure what this is. But, you know, it was free because I checked it out from the library. So, why not? And this, book 6 of the Saga of the Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. I just can't get into it. And my last stack of books had his Supreme stuff in it. Alan Moore, Supreme. It was, what was it, Story of the Year? With those gorgeous Alex Ross covers. And that was, man, I didn't really dig that either. I don't know. I'll try to get into this again. I don't know. Most of my Swamp Thing has been the Scott Snyder, what's that dude's name? Charles Soule stuff. So maybe that's what it is. I have a couple singles of Swamp Thing, and they're in this, but it's like where he's fighting, not Hawkman, but what's her name? The chick with the wings, and the other dude. I don't know. Whatever. And I also can't really get into this. This is Superman, War of the Supermen, James Robinson. And he's one of my favorites too. But I couldn't get into this either. I did previously get the last trade that Marv Wolfman and George Perez did at Teen Titans. What was it, the Games? That was pretty cool. It seems like it would have been a little bit more socially relevant 20 years ago than it was now, but it was pretty cool. I picked up this Dark Avengers just because. Brian Michael Bendis, he did Powers. I liked Powers. I liked this. This was really cool. I had to go online to figure out who a couple of these people were. Like, who was playing Venom or Spider-Man in this, and, you know, I was a little unfamiliar. But, like, Bullseye as Hawkeye, that was pretty cool. But, yeah, this was good. I liked it. Molecule Man is, like, one of those characters where it's either they get him or they don't. Like, Legion or him, for example. Mysterio. There's just a couple guys in the Marvel Universe that not a lot of people have a thumb on as far as, like, how to write. And I think Molecule Man is one of them. But this was really cool. Molecule Man versus Sentry. And I like Sentry. So, yeah. Or The Void. Or whatever he's going by now. I don't know. I picked this up for my lady, and I read it, too. Yeah, this is what it is. It's not really based on the book or the show. It's its own thing. Some of this art is horrible. But I'm not out anything. Excuse me. And out of the last haul of books I picked up from the library, this was probably my favorite. This is Clive Barker's Next Testament. This was awesome. I'm a big fan of Nightbreed. And like a month and a half ago, I finally sat down and watched the director's cut of that movie. That's like an hour plus longer. It was amazing. So I was stoked to see this. And I have at the library, they're tracking down a copy of, what's that book called that he did? I can't remember. But they're tracking down a Clive Barker book for me. So I'm stoked to read it. I think they mentioned, yeah, The Great and Secret Show. So, yeah, there's that. This is great. This guy finds God, like runs blindfolded through the desert and trips over something. It ends up being this obelisk pyramid thing, and he breaks it, and then God comes out. And then he introduces God to, like, social elite, and God is not very pleasant. I mean, if you're religious, I don't think I could recommend this book to you, but if you're open-minded about religion and everything else, this was pretty cool. Some of the art reminded me a little bit of Barry Windsor Smith, just a little, but it's pretty cool. I dug it. Good stuff. So yeah, I recommend this. This not so much. And this was really good. And I'm sure there's somebody out there who's like, well, yeah, it's Dark Avengers. Sorry, I didn't listen to you before. So, that's me. I know it's been a while. I wish I had more to talk about. Oh, the fundraising thing. The charity raffle. We're over $100 on that. So that's great. That's a lot more money than I was thinking we were going to raise. So I'm super excited for that. There's a couple more people I know that said they were going to donate. And if you can, that would be cool. And if not, no big deal. You're still awesome. And there's a couple people local that are trying to raise some money on their own. So that's cool. Excuse me, I have some friends that work in the medical field, and one of them is doing a rotation at the local psychiatric hospital. So she spread the word for me. So I think she's coming up with some money to donate. And that's not with this, but just in general. So that's cool. You know, awareness, good cause, all that good karma. So, that's me again. Thanks. But yeah, next video, more books. Oh, and there is a convention coming here next month. Planet Comic Con. I've been going last 5 years, at least, but I've been going on and off for like the last 10. And before I left for the Air Force, I went whenever I could. It's a pretty good show usually. Last year I got some awesome stuff. And this year I scored a free ticket, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to go. So, fingers crossed on that. But, again, thanks. I'm going to go catch up on some YouTube videos. Enjoy my early day off. See you guys later.